Welcome to our 5 on 5. We're pleased to welcome back Phil Long, now the principal at Cascade Christian High School. Phil, good to see you.
Great to be here.
So tell us, how's Cascade Christian going? You just began the job.
We're a month into it. There is a lot of excitement there. We have about 257 students there. We just went through our homecoming and all the stuff in a high school that goes along with that. But I'm really enjoying being back with kids. It's just a kick.
Yeah, and you've obviously been in education for a long time, and how long were you superintendent of Medford schools?
I was with Medford for 30 years. I was superintendent for 9, but I started as a middle school and then high school teacher, so I'm kind of back in high school again.
Yeah, getting back in there, mixing with the kids so much more nowadays. And what has been the maybe most exciting part of that for you?
Well, I think it's just actually talking to kids and finding out what's going on with them and having some fun too. Okay,
and how do you explain the difference, public and private, from your perspective as an actual educator in there on the ground floor? How does that change your job?
Well, first I would tell you, students are students, kids are kids, and I think that in a smaller high school setting you get to know your students more intimately, and I think we even public schools have tried to break our large schools up into smaller units so people could get to know kids. There's a level of intimacy in a small school, probably similar to Butte Falls or Prospect, that you can't really find in a large school. So I've enjoyed that. I'm getting to know all the kids, I know all the staff, I'm meeting a lot of parents, and I'm just enjoying that smaller community environment.
Yeah, and you guys have a beautiful campus out there off of Biddle over on that side of it.
Excellent programs. We have a really cool engineering program, a 2-year program for our students, and working on partnership with a local broadcaster too for some things. So just lots of great opportunities for kids.
Okay, very cool. And so I want to take a step back and talk about, obviously, the teacher strike was a whale of a way to go out in your last year with Medford, and some tension, I don't know if it's the right word to describe it. It sounds like it is between you and the school board. How have you come out of that, and what has that taught you that you can apply now?
Well, I think really there was a lot at stake in the last few years for our community, and I think for me, pragmatically, I chose to not see things. It really wasn't personal, but it was personal in how it impacted people. And I really am pleased with Dr. Shoemate, the transition. He was very respectful and helpful in that, and I'm excited to see the district moving ahead on things that we started with and building on that. And that was always my intent, that things would be bigger and better and stronger even after I left, and I think they're really focused on that.
And were you able to have conversations with Dr. Shoemate?
Oh yes, yeah. We shared a lot of information, and he's charting his own path, which is what a new superintendent should do. Sure. But I love the families in the Medford School District in this community, so I wish everyone really well.
Very good. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break.
Thank you.
We'll have much more with Dr. Long in a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Cascade Christian High School, Principal Dr. Phil Long. So, Phil, tell us about the future of Cascade Christian and where you're going to take this school.
We just celebrated our 40th anniversary as a school system. It was started 40 years ago. First Baptist Church has been the sponsor during that 40 years. And we're in a transition. We're looking at maybe becoming a separate entity from First Baptist. We serve about 35 different churches, denominations, and broadening our base. But it's exciting. We're growing. We're looking at doing some expansion. And I guess I've come to appreciate the role of private, charter, and public schools and giving parents choices. And so we're a part of the mix there.
Yeah, I would imagine a very different scenario for you to work in. Yeah. And so where do you go from here as principal of Cascade and moving forward in your personal life?
Well, for me, I've made some changes in things I've been involved with. I stepped back from Rotary, but I'm more directly involved in the Southern Oregon Historical Society. In fact, I'm president of the board this year. I'm pleased to see that organization emerging, stabilizing, and
had some hard times there.
Looking at preserving history of our community in a way that engages people. A Henley Farm is a happening place. Yes. Also, working with a group of people around the Smart Reading program. Really excited about that, and I still have my finger in the United Way's big idea. We as a community need to look at all the resources we have to help kids and their families. The last decade was a really hard one for children, and so how can we amend that and strengthen our community supports for kids? I'm all in on that.
Well, I'm very glad you are. It's great to see you. Thank you so much.
Thank you kindly.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back.